All right, I have another multiple palettes, multiple looks video for you today. 3 palettes that are new to the market that I'm so excited to share with you. I did receive all 3 of these palettes in PR, and the ones that are available right now, I will link down below in the description box. Look number 1 is with the Gourmande Girls Bitten palette. It is their Valentine's Day release. Absolutely gorgeous. Look number 2 is with the NARS Afterglow Tempting palette. I've never used a NARS palette before. This is my first time, so you'll have to see my thoughts and reaction to the look I created with this. And then the third and final look, which you are seeing right now on my face, is with the Dede'Signature Shattered Romance palette, also their Valentine's Day release for this year, this gorgeous 9-pan palette. I am going to also list everything that is on my face in all 3 looks down below in the description box. And there are timestamps if you want to skip around, if there's a certain palette that intrigues you. It's all gonna be down below in the description box. Would love to know your thoughts on any of these releases. Did you pick them up? Did you skip on them? Do you want them? Are you not interested? Are you here just to watch me put on makeup? Whatever it is, thank you for being here. And now I'm gonna send you off to look number 1. Okay, let's do a look with the Gourmande Girls Bitten palette. So I did receive this in PR from the brand. I actually received it a little later than everyone else. I think Christina from Gourmande Girls watched my new makeup releases video where I mentioned I didn't receive it in PR, and she immediately voice messaged me and said, I totally meant to send it to you in PR, I made a mistake. So she ended up sending it to me and I just got it this week. Not a problem. I never expect PR. It's never something that I feel like I'm entitled to at all whatsoever. Anyway, but I'm very thankful to have it because this looks beautiful. I love the cover, love the cover. And then we have this beautiful, pretty much purple color story. I think it looks gorgeous. I think it looks absolutely gorgeous. Very excited to dip into this one. This is in collaboration with Doodles by the Bunny. She did create the cover art, which she does quite often for the brand. This is their Valentine's Day release for this year. Only a Vampire Can Love You Forever. Meet our Bitten palette, where romance meets spookiness, adding a new love to our spooky family of palettes that started with Spooked and continue with Nightshade and Haunted. Be romantic, glam, vampy, or goth. Channel your inner vampire with Bitten. It retails for $54.99. It's cruelty-free and vegan. This palette was made in China, and Gourmande Girls is an indie brand out of Austin, Texas. So I think it's so fun that they're continuing with this spooky theme, even through different holidays besides Halloween. I love a spooky theme. I'm always here for a spooky theme. I love purples, but my plan today, I kind of want to try to create a look that's not purple. There is this more like cranberry shade I want to pull into, maybe this shade. This is kind of purple, but I want to see how far away from purple I can get, because I know probably everybody else has created purple looks because that's very easy to do. Let me know if you picked up this palette. I would love to know. I have already primed my eyes, by the way. I'm first gonna go into the shade Bloodlust right here. I wanna pack this in the outer corner, and I wanna maybe put it into my crease. It is pretty deep, but I'm gonna try to keep it low. It still reads kind of purple, actually, but definitely more berry, which I love berries as well. I ended up bringing that up a little higher than I originally wanted to, which is fine. I'm just gonna take a clean little blending brush. This one is from Blend Money, it's the L03, and I just want to kind of blend the edges. I wanna deepen it up with the shade Hellmouth right here, which actually does look purple, but I need a little deep, dark outer corner in my life. I'm gonna put the NYX Glitter Primer all over my lid. I wanna go into the shade Euphoria right here. I haven't swatched this palette yet, but I'm wondering what this looks like. Oh, that looks really pretty. Gosh, that looks very interesting. It looks like a pinkish red with a silver reflect. Interesting. Wow, that's really pretty. Very sparkly. But not chunky. I like that. I think I'm going to add a winged liner to this look, and I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. I'm sure I already said this, but everything that is on my face will be listed in the description box. I have a major dry patch under my eye. That never happens, but here we are. So I am gonna do my little double wing thingamajig. I'm gonna take this tiny little angled brush from BK Beauty. It's the 208. I need to buy another one because if I ever lost this, I don't know what I would do. And I'm gonna go into Hellmouth, that deepest, darkest shade. I'm gonna draw like a second wing coming from my lower lash line. Like that. I need a big mirror to make sure I get the other one even. I'll be right back. I'm gonna take a pencil brush and I'm gonna go into Bloodlust and blend that out. But I'm not gonna blend out the wing part, just the part that's under my lash line. I'm gonna take a slightly larger, like flat definer brush and just go over Hellmouth on my lower lash line. For my inner corner, I wanna go into the iridescent shade called Mina. Looks like it has like a pinkish purple reflect. And I'm gonna go into the Lin's Makeup Looks and Glisten Cosmetics liner palette. I'm gonna go into the white and I'm gonna draw a line between the two wings. And for my waterline, I'm going to use a white. This is from ColourPop in the shade Exit. All right, and this is the finished look. What do you think? I think it came out cute. So I was trying to do not a purple look. I wouldn't call this purple, but I would call it berry. So it is a version of purple, in my opinion. It is like a reddish, pinkish berry tone. So, I mean, that's all right. I'm really happy with the shades that I used. I think the matte, like this berry red, Bloodlust, worked great as it like packing it in the outer corner, but I was also able to sheer it out to create basically a transition shade. That is the sign of a good matte to me, where you can manipulate it, sheer it out, pack it on, make it deep, also make it a little more like blendable. So I was happy with that. So I was really able to create this whole crease and outer corner with two shades, which I think is really, really nice. I was able to deepen it up with that darker shade, and the shimmer on the lid is very pretty. I've not really seen this type of shimmer from Gourmande girls before, where there is a base color and then the like sparkle particle is adding that shine. It's very pretty and it's smooth, not chunky. I do love that they put in an iridescent shade most of the time in their palettes because I do love popping those in the inner corner. So yeah, I had a good experience with this palette. Excited to create more looks. Of course, I will create more looks for short form content. Go ahead and follow me on Instagram because I do a lot of short form over there. So now I'm gonna send you off to the next look. All right, we are going to do a second look, and this time we're going to use the NARS Afterglow Tempting palette. NARS sent me PR. I almost fell out of my chair when they messaged me on Instagram and asked me if they could send me something. It was definitely a pinch me moment, I'm not going to lie. I never thought that NARS would ever send me PR. So I'm very excited. I've never tried NARS eyeshadows before, so this will be a first time. The packaging is really pretty. It's very cute. It's very Valentine's Day with this pink. It is plastic packaging, but it feels very sturdy. And on the inside, we have this. Now it is very shimmer heavy, which usually is not my preference. I definitely prefer a matte heavy palette. There's only 3 mattes in this with 6 shimmers. And I have not swatched this palette yet, but just by looking at these shimmers, they look like a high-end / luxury type of shimmer where they look like they're going to be a little softer on the eye, which honestly, I like. I like that sometimes. I don't need a full-on indie shimmer, and I've said that before so many times. But let me give you some information about this palette while I give you close-ups and swatches. So the palette retails for $49. It says, the NARS Afterglow Tempting Eyeshadow Palette has 9 irresistible shades in a limited edition pink compact. Limited edition assortment of orchid, rose, and tan shades in matte shimmer and glitter textures provide endless artistry. Pure eyeshadow pigments deliver rich, high-impact color in one stroke. Velvet soft texture effortlessly builds and blends for even color that lasts. The palette was made in Canada, and it looks like NARS is out of New York City, but they are owned by Shiseido, UK. I could be wrong, but that's what it says on the back of the palette. Very excited to try this out. I've been liking a softer eye look lately, so I do feel like I'm going to enjoy this. So I am first gonna start off with this warm brown shade up here. Unwritten, I think is what it's called. And let me know if you picked up this palette. Let me know if you've tried NARS's eyeshadows before and what you think about them. So right away, when I put my brush in, there's a lot of kick up in the pan. So it's probably a little more pigmented than I thought. I have already primed my eyes, by the way. Yeah, this is a little more pigmented than I thought it was going to be. Maybe I should have went in with the purple, the lighter color, but that's okay. Yeah, that blended pretty effortlessly. So there are some, in the description that I read you, it said shimmer and glitter textures. I'm wondering what that means. It doesn't look like chunky or anything. I'll have to try out maybe one of each and see what the difference is. I'm gonna go into the darkest matte in the palette right here called Follow Me, and I'm gonna put this in the outer corner. Yeah, I think that looks really nice. Really nice, really easy to blend, easy to work with. More pigment than I thought there was going to be, so that's a pleasant surprise. I am going to apply the Cliona and Bad to the Brow Shimmer Enhancer on my lid. I think it'll be nice for these like more fine sparkle particle type shimmers. Okay, so just by looking at this one for instance is a shimmer. It almost looks like a satin. And then this one up here is a glitter, which has a little more shine to it, a little more sparkle to it. Yeah, more of like a topper type of situation. Interesting. Okay, I think I'll place one of the regular shimmers down first. So this one here is considered a shimmer. So I'll put this one all over my lid. That on its own is absolutely beautiful in my opinion. This one here is a glitter, so I want to take this, I want to just tap it on top and see what that does. Yeah, that added a little extra shine right in the center of the lid. All right, I'm gonna head off camera. I'm just going to put on some liner and some more face makeup, and I will be back and we can finish the eye look together. I want to try this shade in my inner corner. I don't know how it's going to look because it looks pretty piecey, but I am going to pick it up on a brush and I'm going to spray the brush. Ooh, that's bright. Kind of brought it a little too low on this eye, but that's okay. I basically just want to combine the two mattes that I used and just kind of haphazardly blend this on my lower lash line. For my waterline, I just want to use this cream one from Flower Beauty. They also sent me some lipsticks, and this one looks so pretty. It's like a reddish orange. It's in the shade Truth or Dare. It is their Afterglow Sensual Shine lipstick, so I definitely want to wear this. All right, and this is the finished look. What do you think? This is going to be my whole vibe this summer. Just like a really pretty neutral eye, a bold lip. This lipstick is Really, really interesting in formula. I don't know that I've ever really tried a lipstick like this before. It's very watery. It feels really watery, really emollient. Very interesting. I probably wouldn't wear this if I was going to be eating or drinking anything, because I feel like it would get all over the place, this bold of a color, but really interesting formula, very lightweight on the lips. Yeah, I think the eyeshadows performed really nicely. Now, the mattes feel nice. They feel more pigmented than I thought they were going to be. Sometimes with luxury / high-end brands, the mattes aren't really that pigmented. They require a bit of building up, but actually I felt like these were pretty good. Like right off the bat, the pigment level looks like it does in the pan. They were really easy to blend and work with. I mean, there are 2 browns. I mean, how really hard can it be to blend some browns? But yeah, I'm impressed. The shimmers are definitely, if you're looking for more of a soft, pretty, sparkly, ethereal type of shimmer, if you're looking for a really bam in your face, star of the show, indie shimmer, I don't know that you would really enjoy this, but I love this type of look. I actually lately have been preferring this type of a look to that other type of shimmer I just described. So honestly, I'm really gonna get a lot of use out of this, especially coming into the summertime, because I do just love a neutral, like bronzy look. So yeah, I'm really excited that I was able to try the NARS eyeshadows, NARS products. Let me know if you picked up this palette, what you think about it. But now I'm gonna send you off to the next look. The Valentine's Day launches keep on coming. We're gonna play with another one today. This one is the Dede'Signature Shattered Romance palette. This is a cute little 9-pan, and I'm super excited to put this on my eyes. We definitely have a very Valentine's Day color story, but I really like that there's a variety of purples, pinks. We have that black that you can really like make it smoky and deepen it up. I think today I do want to go a little smoky. That's what I'm feeling. It is a matte heavy palette, which I really appreciate. There's only 3 shimmers. This black matte is a matte with shimmer particles in it, but you can treat it like a matte if you want to, just by tapping off your brush. So let me give you close-up swatches information about this palette while I show those close-ups and swatches to you. The Shattered Romance eyeshadow palette is here, featuring 9 captivating shades that tell a story of passion, heartbreak, and resilience. This highly pigmented, blendable palette includes a mix of mattes, multichromes, and duochromes to create endless, breathtaking looks. It is going to launch on February 7th at 1 p.m. Eastern time. So I'm not sure if I'm posting this, when I'm posting this, but either it is available or it's going to be available very soon. I do have an affiliate code with the brand. It is Rachel, and it will save you 10% off your purchase. At the moment, I don't see pricing information on this palette. So, of course, I will link Dede'Signature down below in the description box, and when the palette becomes available, of course, you can check their website to see the pricing. They're also launching liquid blushes, and they sent out a message and asked if I would pick out 3 shades, because there's a lot of shades that they're launching, and I actually really appreciate it when a brand does that. I don't need 15 liquid blushes in shades that maybe aren't gonna work for me, or shades that I maybe won't reach for. So I did pick these 3. I really like the fact that there are light, mid-tone, and deep shades in this liquid blush range. So really appreciate that. I'm gonna link Dede'Signature's Instagram down below, because they did do like swatches of all the shades if you're interested in checking it out. These are also going to launch the same day that the palette does, and the liquid blushes retail for $16.99 each. It says, these blushes are silky, blendable, and packed with pigment to give you that effortless flushed glow. From soft nudes to bold berry tones, there's a shade for every mood. Could also be used as a soft glow lip tint. So I am going to use one of these on my cheeks today as well. The palette was made in China. It is cruelty-free. Not sure if it's vegan. It doesn't say that on the palette, so I'm going to assume it's not. And Dede'Signature is an indie brand out of Texas. So I've already primed my eyes. I'm gonna go in with the shade Silent Goodbyes right here and just put this through my crease. That shade was really nice. Pigmented, yet it blended pretty effortlessly. So very happy that they're continuing to elevate their matte formula. I wanna go in with the shade Bleeding Love You know what song I'm thinking of in my head when I read that. I'm gonna put this in the outer corner and a little bit into the crease as well. I wanna go in with that black Dark Secrets and deepen it up even more. I'm gonna just tap it off so that the like glitter particles dissipate, because I just want it to be a matte. Yeah, and it works great like that. Yeah, those all worked great. Don't really have any complaints. Really nice. Now, with the shimmers, let's talk about these shimmers for a second. So these two shimmers here definitely are more on the textured side. Not my favorite, if I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't really love a very textured shimmer. Some people maybe do because they are very impactful on the lid. Very star of the look, very shiny, very vibrant. And they are all shifting shades, which is really fun. This one here, Faded Roses, is more of a smooth shimmer, and I really, really enjoy that. But I was curious because these two shimmers look very familiar to me from other palettes, and I just wanted to compare just in case you already have another one of the palettes that I'm thinking of. Maybe you don't need this if that's a big deal to you, but just wanted to compare it. So Faded Roses, it reminds me of a shade from a Blend Bunny palette. Hold. So it reminds me either of this one from the Lynn's Makeup Looks palette or this one from the Plastic palette. So I want to just swatch them side by side. So Faded Roses, absolutely beautiful. It's like a pink with a yellow gold duochrome. I mean, absolutely beautiful and very, very smooth, which I personally love. Let's pick up the one from Plastic. This is the shade Plastic. So that's that one. Definitely the one Plastic is a lot more pink. Like you can see as the light hits the one from Dede's, it's way more shifty and way more yellow. Just has a stronger shift, but very similar. Very similar. At least in person, it's pretty similar. Maybe the Blend Bunny one has more of like an orangey yellow shift, so slightly different. And then let's pick up the, from the Lynn's Makeup Looks and Blend Bunny, Beepus, I still don't know how to even say that. Yeah, this one has a little more of like a green, I remember now, a little bit more of a greenish yellow reflect. And it's the smoothest of the three, like very, very smooth. So I just wanted to swatch those out for you because I thought about it when I saw it. I will say the Dede's one is the most shifty, the most shifty. What palette? God, that looks so familiar and I can't place it. Man, it's gonna drive me crazy.
2 hours later.
Okay, so I actually, for the life of me, can't figure out what shade this reminds me of from another palette. I can't for the life of me. But it is like a pink to a blue. It's very pretty. But I know I've seen this in another palette, but for the life of me, I can't place it. I just spent a whole bunch of time going through my collection. So anyway, if I think of it, maybe I'll come back and let you know about it. But anyway, so I'm going to put the NYX Glitter Primer on my lid, and I actually want to use that shade Frozen Feelings right here all over my lid. Like that is very shiny. Look at that. Very shiny. It is actually a little more of like a topper shade. So the base is pretty transparent. Like I can see my eyelid when I look in the mirror. So this might be nice layered over one of the mattes as well if you want a little bit more of like a base color, but very shiny. I'm going to just line my upper lash line with a liquid liner pen, and then I'm going to take the black that's in the palette and go over it and kind of smudge it out and smoke it out a little bit. All right, I am back. Let's continue. I actually want to go onto the blush, and I want to use the lightest shade that I got, and I believe this is the lightest shade that is available. I'm just curious about how it's going to look on my skin tone. This is in the shade Nude Petal. So typically with liquid blushes, I put them on my hand first, and then I go in with the brush and then onto my face. I am too scared to go directly onto my face with the product. So I have an e.l.f. Complexion Duo brush. This is my favorite brush for cream cheek products. So let me go on to the hand. Now, I will say when I swatch these blushes, they do seem very pigmented. So here it is. The color is beautiful. It is like a nude peach color. So I'm just gonna coat the brush, and then let's do it. Yeah, that's very pigmented. Very pigmented. Look at that. Wow. But it blends really nicely, and it does have a little bit of a glow, which is nice. I think that's nice because a lot of pigmented liquid blushes, in my opinion, usually have more of like a matte finish. So this is a good option if you're looking for like a pigmented, somewhat glowy finish. Nice, I look like a little bit of a clown right now, but that's okay. I'm just gonna go over with my sponge, pick up a little bit of extra product. That's really pretty. All right, let's go back into the palette and finish up the eyes. I'm gonna take a flat definer brush, and I'm gonna use the black shade called Dark Secrets and push this up against my lower lash line. I'm gonna go into the shade Broken Vows right here and blend that out on a pencil brush. And then I'm gonna take more of like a fluffy blending brush, and I'm gonna go into Silent Goodbyes, that first matte shade we used, and blend that out. I don't think I wanna use this as an inner corner shade. It is quite chunky, so I'm gonna reach into another palette for an inner corner shade. I'm gonna pop something in my waterline, put on some lashes, put on a lip, finish up the look, and I will be back to show you the final look. All right, and this is the finished look. What do you think? I think it came out really pretty. It looks very smoky, very glam, and yeah, I think it's really fun. The shimmer on the lid is very, very beautiful, very shiny. Although the texture is not my favorite, the final product looks great. I had no problems working with the mattes. They blended nicely. They showed up pigmented. So very excited about the look I got from this palette. I will continue creating looks with all three of these palettes, by the way. Follow me on Instagram. I do upload a lot of short form content over there. So check me out over there if you want to see more looks from these palettes, and let me know your thoughts after watching this video. What do you think about these palettes? Are you going to pick them up? Are you going to skip? Whatever it is, let me know down in the comments. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you very soon. Bye.